Gotta go live early so we can do the secret show. The secret show that no one talks about because it's secret. It's a secret show. A show only for special people. Show only for cool people. But everyone is cool. That's the secret. The secret of the secret show is that everyone is cool. That looks nice back there. I like to make it look nice for everybody. So I'm trying out a new microphone. You can let me know how it sounds. Yeah, let me know how it sounds. If it sounds terrible, I can stop it. But that's for future Shoshi to worry about. Isn't it? Isn't it for future Shoshi to worry about? Let's see. Are we going live? Live. Oh, I'm live. All right. Good. Oh, I can't have that one. That'll be terrible. All right, good. Let's put that there. Yeah, we'll see if anyone's watching on the secret show. Got a couple minutes before we start. Got a new microphone. Everyone will let me know if it sounds all right. Gonna be doing some more paper mache today. I have a project I have to do. It's gonna be a good day. Well, I guess we'll all find out soon how everyone's doing, how we're going. Yeah, it'll all be fine. It'll all be fine. Yeah. Well, I guess we should go live pretty soon. It is that time. It is indeed that time.
Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
To anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be
But
afraid.
every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggly-dum-de-too-la-terry-o-dee, dee, a fwit-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before? Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie-da-lie. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Crafting with Joshi and Cubby. What will we make today? What is the dice of the day? Crafting, creating, collaborating. What would an octopus say? Trivia questions, hooray! Creating, clickbaiting, can't hardly waiting for the crafting show. A crafting show with Cubby and Joshi. It's just Joshi today, and that's fine. But first off, sticker it to the man. Okay, actually, first off, I'm trying out a new microphone. So if anyone is listening, let me know how I sound. If it sounds terrible, I can take this microphone away very quickly. Just trying it out. It has like a nice windscreen on it. And hopefully it'll eliminate some of the leaf blower sounds that tend to happen early in the morning. Oh, yes. Sweet. Thank you. Good to know. All right, cool. Then I'll keep using this microphone. Yeah, let's be chill. Chill today. I'm so down for that. Oh, here, I have something pleasant to show you all. Here is an awesome thing. That's perfect. That my partner made for me for breakfast. It's a soft-boiled egg, right? But we call them egg boys because we have these beautiful little egg cups that Nick got, and they come with their own little spoon. And you put the egg in your head, and it's like you're eating their brains. You're eating the little egg boys. But I love these little things. Aren't they cute? They're so cute. And it's a lovely little toast tower with the little soldiers. It's a lovely little breakfast that he made for me this morning. So we're gonna have a nice, lovely little breakfast. And here is the array of crafts and things that we have for today. Oh, one moment. I'm just gonna close that curtain over there. That curtain is actually a pretty nice product. It's a light blocking and it has some sound blocking qualities too. And it's like surprisingly good for just a curtain. Like it really does block sound pretty well. So today, here are the things that we have to do. We are going to do our color harmony. We're going to do some trivia. I have some paper mache crafting that I have to do for a show. Yeah. Brewing tea is deep breaths, deep breaths. You got through it. You did it. You did the phone call. Yeah. Why does it feel worse now that it's over? Because now you can actually allow yourself to feel. Whereas before you couldn't. I don't know. I have that problem. I often have, I think this is very common, to have delayed emotional responses to traumatic or difficult events. Like during the actual event, you're like, everything's fine. And then it's after where you're like, now I'm freaking out. I think that's very common. Yeah. Yeah. So that's good. That's normal. Your body protected you while you had to do that difficult thing. And now you are in a safe place and you can have your tea and you can feel those feelings, and you don't have to feel calm right now if you don't want to. Unless you're in a situation where you have to be calm. But tea, very good. Breathing, very good. Sometimes, this is a thing I made up, but I swear it works. It's sort of based in science. If I've had something really stressful and I don't, because the stress our bodies evolved for was like running from wild animals, like tripping and falling down a thing, like rescuing a friend from a dangerous situation. Like a phone call is not the stress that our bodies evolved for, but it's still stressful. So sometimes I have to do like some fight emotions, not fight emotions, although fight motions. And that sometimes really helps calm my system. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's similar. It's similar to that. I like to move my hands around as if I'm like brushing a bug off me, or like getting something off me, or like fighting. I know, I like flailing my arms. But I find it really, really helps, because then you can be like, oh, I did it. I got rid of the danger. Oh, now I can relax. But yeah, that's tensing up and relaxing. That really helps. Yeah, you got this, Victorian London Fog. You got this. You're great. All right, so first things first, I want to show you all my completed banana, paper mache banana that I did. I'm so happy about it. I really like it. It's very nice and stiff and holding together really well. And I love all the little bits of text that I left on there. I've been putting it on. We have a little, in the living room, we have shelves that have art that like my partner's mom made, that he made, that we have. And I've put it on the little art shelf, and it looks like it fits right in. Exactly, a stiff and beautiful banana. Yeah, I'm like really happy about it. Yeah, like, ooh, that's interesting. And it still smells like cinnamon, which is good. So it means that the cinnamon trick worked. Because sometimes if you do the flour paste, it can smell a little bad. But I think we dried it out really well, and I put some salt in it, and I cooked it and put cinnamon in it. So it doesn't smell like it's rotting or disintegrating or anything. It seems like it's holding up pretty strong. And I can actually hear the little balloon rattling around in there. All right, so that's checklist number 1. Boom, done. I'm going to take a little bite of my little egg boy here. His brains are delicious. Nice. It's a thing I kind of made up. What it happened sort of accidentally. I had a really stressful situation. I was sitting in my car and I was like, how do I calm myself down? Um, and then a fly got into the car, which is like not super dangerous, but I like kind of, did like that motion. And I was like, oh, I feel a little better. What if I did that a lot? So yeah, take that, use it. You gotta really flail, but don't hurt yourself. Uh, Speaking of bees, I got stung by a bee the other day out when I was doing my theatricum show. I don't know if you can see it right there, the little spot. It's only a tiny bit swollen. I'm not allergic or anything, so it didn't react too bad. It's just a tiny bit swollen. It was just 2 days ago. And I got some Benadryl on it pretty fast. But yeah, it fell in my hair. And I was like, oh, what's in my hair? Oh, it was a bee. Ow. But I haven't been stung by a bee in a very long time. Me and bees are usually pretty chill. And yeah, I think the last time I got stung by a bee, I accidentally stepped on it years and years and years ago. But I didn't swell up too bad this time, so I wasn't too worried about it. But it was literally like 10 minutes before the show was gonna start. So I was like, well, hope that's gonna be okay. And it is. It's fine. It's just a little stiff and swollen. Yeah. I got the stinger out real fast too. Oh no. That's way worse than a bee sting. Ouch. On your fingers, I'm guessing. Ow, that really hurts. The biggest blunt force trauma I've had recently was a couple years ago. I was working a set design gig. And it was really stressful and really like hard. And it was the very end of the day, and we were lifting these like huge, heavy, like backdrops into the back of a truck, and one slipped and slammed down on my hand, on like the front part of my hand. I mean, nothing broke. It was okay, but I lost a nail, which had never happened before, and it was very strange. But it grew back fine. But yeah, that was a very weird, because it hurt for like a couple days, and then the nail just turned like completely black and blue and brown and red, and I was like, oh, that's not good. Yeah, and then it came off, but the nail grows back in. Very strange, very strange. Oh no, tiny pinky. Oh, okay, but those are still like, those combat hammers, they have foam on the outside, but they're still pretty strong. They've got strong stuff on the inside. I know that for sure. But yeah. Oh no, that's not true. I guess the most recent injury I've had is I fell through a stage. It was last year at Theatricum. There's like a section of the stage that it's part of it's missing, and it, like, if you know it's there, they actually fixed it this year. But I like, it's a little part where you have to like jump over. And I jumped over the one way, and I was like, remember, there's a hole in the stage right there. I came back, kunk, went right through. Fortunately, was okay. I think I hit my ribs a little bit and like jacked up my ankle a little bit. Yeah. I'm clumsy, but I think, honestly, I think taking years of stage combat has really helped me learn how to fall well. Because I'm clumsy, but at least when I fall, I'm usually okay. Usually. The only time I've really hurt myself is, like, I sprained my ankle very, very badly, but I was just walking down the hallway in sensible shoes. So clearly I just need to be in slight danger all the time. and then I'll be fine. That's not healthy. Eggs. All right, so today, let's get started with the day. Let's do some nice, simple, chill, fun things. Let's start out with, let's do the color harmony. I love this. I find it so soothing and pleasant. And we're actually on our very last color. We are on, I think, black. Yes. That is the very last color we're on. We're on black. We've done red, orange, yellow. Let me see, what colors do they have? We did, and they aren't in rainbow order, which is interesting. So red, yellow, orange, green, blue, purple, pink, brown, gray, white, black. Those are the colors. I'm still convinced someone was trying to go in and they told me I could go out through the door that led to the rickety old factory. Was it one of those things where there was like a door and then you open it and there's nothing below? Ugh. That's honestly a big fear of mine. I feel like that's like opening a door and just walking and there's no ground below me. Because I am a bit of a cartoon character. I feel like I gotta be real careful. That's the way I could go. If I'm gonna go, I should at least go comedically, right? Yeah. Fabric is a slippery, slidey thing. Yeah. Whew. I've performed on some rickety stages before. That's for sure. There was one time, I think Cubby performed on this stage too. So when he's back, we'll have to ask him about it. But it's at I think it was at the Maryland Zoo, but it wasn't the main zoo. It was sort of like a privately owned budget zoo, which is, yes, that's the goal. That's the goal. They're like, what were her final words? It was, Yahoo! I'll do my best. I'll do my best to make that happen. Okay, there's a drop. The floor was very thin plywood, nailed to 2x4s, only on the edge. Yeah, that's a little scary. That's a little scary. Yeah, it was like a privately owned budget zoo, which is always very shady, doing some children's theater there. They're like, here's the stage. And there's a big open field. And then the stage is this platform that's maybe like 5 feet high, which is pretty high off the ground. A tiny little square, like not really big enough for a stage. And when you climbed up on it, the whole thing just sort of rocked back and forth. And we started to set up and we're like, are we actually going to perform on this stage? I guess we are. And then we had 2 shows. And then the second show, we were like, let's just do the show on the field. Like, there's no reason we need to be towering 5 foot high above everyone on a stage that's rocking back and forth and is scary. But the best, most stable stage I've ever performed on is probably the stage that the shipwrights built on the tall ship Gazella for our pirate shows. Because if you want someone to build you something out of wood, get some shipwrights. Like, that stage was steady AF, and it was on a ship, and I felt totally comfortable. They know what they're doing with wood. Not a euphemism. All right, so color theory. We are on the color black. Black is unquestionably the most authoritative and overpowering color. We associate it with death and darkness, resulting in a wary feeling of the unknown. Black can also be mysterious. Black's perceived foreboding gives it an air of danger as well, and it is used to great effect for the clothing of bodyguards, bouncers, and FBI personnel to intimidate potential troublemakers. I don't actually, I mean, this is, I guess, my like personal feeling. I don't find black scary and dark, but I think that's probably because like I know goths and they're like the sweetest, kindest people you've ever met. So like if someone's like I would be stormtroopers to me are much scarier in all white, if I'm going to be honest, or like all red, way scarier to me than someone in all black. But yeah, I get what they're saying about color theory. I get it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that when we're done with this. Okay. Black is also the most popular color for official vehicles that transport dignitaries because the color implies that the person inside is important and worthy of respect. In the 16th century, Anne of Brittany originated the custom of wearing black during a period of mourning. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, all right. In the fashion world, black is truly ubiquitous. The all-purpose little black dress, first designed by Coco Chanel, comes up again and again as the height of sophistication. That's pretty good. That's all it has to say about black. So we've done all of the colors. We've done all the colors. But I think there's a lot more in here that's fun. So I think I wouldn't mind kind of going through the complete yeah. That's what I think Paulo and I came up with I think it was Paulo and I came up with the idea if to have like stagehands in all black and then in black print it just says scenery. And that's what the stagehands wear. I always really like that. There's also a weird thing that I've found where, so if you want to make something disappear on stage, painting it all black, great idea. But also weirdly on stage, here, this is a good example, is this color blue also weirdly reads as invisible or neutral on stage. So I find when I'm doing a prop and there's like little gaps in between, or I want to put like an edge that suggests it's fading out, I could do black, but I've found that on stage, if you do like in particular that color blue, it reads as invisible, which sort of makes sense because blue, like that sky blue color, it's not real. But it is, but it's sort of the default color that our brain chooses when it's sort of like, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's one of my UV light plays are one of my favorite things. I love how that looks. I've always wanted to do one. I helped a little bit with one that an old partner of mine did for a Fringe festival a while back. But that was more I was helping with like the script part of it. I would love to do a UV light black puppet. I love how that looks. It looks so cool. Oh, cool. Oh yeah. So they're amazing. Their shows are amazing. Like the stunts and the set design is the one where the set comes apart and then goes back together. And then when it goes wrong, like the set from this scene and the set from a different scene come together. Like brilliant. Like really brilliant. But yeah, so we've got we've got a lot of cool stuff in here. I think maybe we'll go through, like, I like hearing about color, like hot. What does a hot color mean? What does a cold color mean? Warm, cool. We've all heard these terms before, but I want to see, yeah, I'm curious to see what they're, so yeah, we'll do like a page or two every day. I'm down for that. It's like a nice little ritual thing to do. All right, I'm gonna have another bite of my egg boy. Mm-mm-mm. My pastry is nice and cool. So I actually have some crafts I need to do for a show that I'm doing props for. It's at Theatricum, the Shakespeare Theater. They're doing this amazing play called Wine in the Wilderness. It's by this writer named Alice Childress. She was a writer in the 60s, kind of a part of the Harlem writers movement in the 60s. And she hasn't really gotten that much, I mean, the attention to her has like waxed and waned. I hadn't heard of her before. I'm a huge fan now. Her plays are so easy to read, if that makes sense. Like I think a sign of a very good play is if it flows. Like you're reading it. I couldn't stop reading it basically. Like I just read it completely to the end, and at no point was it was just like, it made me cry at the end, like just reading it. And they're like feminist on a really deep level. So I'm very excited to be a part of it. I'm like very honored. And the director is fantastic. But one of the things that we have to make is I got to make some fake food. And turns out, like fake fruit, easy to find. Fake bread, easy to find. But the script specifically calls for a ham and sausage, which I don't know why, but those props, if I'm going to like purchase them from somebody else, are very expensive. I'm not sure why. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I will make them out of paper mache. Let's do it. So I'll be making a sausage and a ham. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Ooh, okay, here we go. The contemporary image of a ninja dressed in all black from head to toe comes from kabuki, not from reality. Ninja often wore dark blue in real life. However, stage hands in kabuki theater are all black ensembles as a signal for the audience to ignore them. It's a huge moment when one of the principal characters of the kabuki play was killed by one of the stagehands. Ooh, dressed all in black because they're like, that's cool. That's a very good fact. That's a very, very cool fact. Neat. Yeah. Yeah. I love that in theater you can do things completely in view of the audience. And you just do a few little things and the audience is like, yeah, I can ignore that. I believe that. Like, we're all so ready to imagine. I really love that about live theater. All right, so let's do some trivia as we do. I have a pretty good one. I'm pretty excited about these questions. And then I think we'll do a little bit of quiet crafting. Well, some chill quiet crafting. But one thing very important before we do trivia. Yay! I'm going to remove that for a second. We'll come back to that. All right. So if you've never played trivia before, or you need a refresher, here's how we do it. I will read the questions and we'll do the answers at the end so that I can play too. If you think you know the answer, write it in the chat. We're all playing together. So if anyone gets it wrong, we all lose. But if anyone gets it right, we all win. Yay. Oh, wait, I got to read this before we start. One of my most proud moments, I was watching a D&D game and the group needed to get a magic pig out of danger, like you do. One player said they would carry it like a backpack. And I said, the pig is not a backpack, it's a handbag. Ah, that's pretty great. Handbag. That's really good. Pig in a blanket? No. Okay. Greetings, greetings, greetings. All right, so trivia. People and places. What U.S. state's harsh tasting red salt, once popular in religious rituals, was elevated to fad status in the 21st century? What? What U.S. state's harsh tasting red salt, once popular in religious rituals, was elevated to fad status in the 21st century? I've never heard of that. Have you? Red salt? What? What? No clue, but I do have a guess. I'm guessing, well, I'll give people some time to answer. Yeah, exactly. I've heard of Himalayan salt, but that's not in the US and it's pink. It's not red. How have I never heard of red salt? Ooh. Yeah, that's a good guess. That's possible. I'm also thinking it might be like Arizona or New Mexico or Death Valley, like Nevada, because they have some interesting, or like Utah, Salt Lake City salt. Yeah, like somewhere in that area. I'm gonna say New Mexico, but Arizona might be it as well. But I'm just upset I've never heard of it. How have I never heard of red salt? Also, it said it gained popularity in the 21st century, which, like, that's now. I don't remember it. I don't remember it gaining popularity. I don't remember hauling it, hearing about it. Fascinating. We'll find out, and then I'll look it up. Arts and entertainment. What singer-songwriter, playing God in the movie Dogma, could kill mortals with her voice? I know the answer to this one, so I'm gonna be quiet and eat a bite of Egg Boy to give people an answer, because I'm pretty sure other people know this as well. Yeah. Which I thought was a very funny, good choice for God. That was a good choice. Also, I think it's funny in my brain to call that movie Chasing Amy instead of Dogma. I don't know why it makes me laugh. I really do think. Next question. History. What company, long known for its talking fruit ads, did Berkshire Hathaway gobble up in 2002? What company, long known for its talking fruit ads, did Berkshire Hathaway gobble up in 2002? Now, this is interesting because I can think of a couple talking fruit advertisements. There's those grapes. There's Fruit of the Loom. Are there other talking fruit ads? I feel like there must be. I feel like we as a society should have more talking fruit in our advertising. Really slacking on that.
There was a grocery store in New Zealand called Big Fresh, which had up, like on top of all the shelves, had animatronic fruits and vegetables. And when you walked by them, they would like sing a little song. Doesn't exist anymore, but I'm glad I got to see it before they got rid of it. I'll search for some pictures for Big Fresh. All right. Yeah, I Fruit of the Loom? Fruit of the Loom. Or it could be California raisins. We're covered. Our bases are covered. Science and nature. What M word refers to the mound of rocks and dirt deposited by a glacier? What M word refers to the mound of rocks and dirt deposited by a glacier? I'm not sure. M word. I feel like I should know this. I've been to a glacier. And if you're in Pennsylvania, I highly recommend going to a place called Ringing Rock Park, which is north of Philadelphia. And it's an area where a bunch of rocks got deposited by a glacier, and the rocks have an incredibly high iron content. So if you hit them with a hammer, they ring like a bell. And it's a really great day. So you drive out there with your hammer. Everyone's walking around with hammers, hitting rocks, making bell sounds. It's pretty cool. You like walk across an area through like a little forest, and then you just come to this huge field full of all these crazy looking rocks. And then if you cross to the other side of that, there's a beautiful forest and a stream and a waterfall. Lovely, lovely place. Oh, a moraine. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. A moraine. Ooh, I didn't know that. Ho-ho. I don't think I've ever been there in July. That's interesting. I mean, the snakes probably love it there. That's like a good place for them. All right, next question. Sports and leisure. What pool sport invented in South Africa did the Britons dub octopush? What pool sport invented in South Africa did Britons dub octopush? Octopush. I don't know. There's not many pool sports. There's like water polo. There's Marco Polo. Yeah. There's like chicken where you go close until someone pushes you in. I have no idea. It's octopush. So something with pushing and 8 arms. I have no idea. No idea. Excited to find out what the answer is for that one. And last question, wild card. Who composed best-selling books of poetry titled Heart Songs and Journey Through Heart Songs by the tender age of 11? Who composed best-selling books of poetry titled Heart Songs and Journey Through Heart Songs by the tender age of 11? I don't know. I feel like I should know the answer to this. Heart Song sounds very familiar. Poetry. 11. Not Dolly Parton. No. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to guess as well. But
I don't know if, yeah, that's a good guess. Or like Leonard Cohen? I don't know. I'm very curious. Well, guess what? We can find out the answers, and I'm going to do answers right now. Answers, answers. What will they be? Answers, answers. Let's see. What U.S. state's harsh tasting red salt, once popular in religious rituals, was elevated to fad status in the 21st century? Hawaii. Hawaii. I had to look that up. How have I never heard? How have I never heard of this red salt, which apparently gained fad status in the 21st century, which I think I would remember. Also, my cousins live in Hawaii, so like, why did I not know about this red salt? I had to look it up. Gotta look it up. Arts and entertainment. What singer-songwriter playing God in the movie Dogma could kill mortals with her voice? Alanis Morissette. We are correct. History. What company, long known for its talking fruit ads, did Berkshire Hathaway gobble up in 2002? It was Fruit of the Loom. Fruit of the Loom. I have a friend right now who's in a Fruit of the Loom commercial. I think he's the grapes. Oh. Okay. I've never heard of it. I gotta look that up. That is wild to me. I just totally missed it. What M word refers to the mound of rocks and dirt deposited by a glacier? Moraine. Nice. Well done. Look at all the smart people we got in the chat. We're doing pretty well so far. And what pool sport invented in South Africa did the Britons dub octopus? It is underwater hockey. I thought you were joking. I didn't know that was a real thing, but it's a real actual sport, underwater hockey. How do you play it? What? Never heard of that before. That's wild. And who composed best-selling books of poetry titled Heart Songs and Journey Through Heart Songs by the tender age of 11? Maddie Stepanek. I'm gonna count. That's who you met, right? Yeah, we're gonna count that as a win. That's right. Sir David Percival with the sweep there. Cool. That was great. Well done, everybody. I didn't think we got I think we got every single one of those. We're all winners. Amazing. All right. So let's do some crafting. I gotta make this sausage. You're gonna see how the sausage gets made, everybody. Hey. All right, so we've got this. So, all right. Apologies if that sounds terrible. Oh, shoot. Also, let me know if the sound gets weird, because I'm trying out. There we go. I am trying out a new microphone. So let me know if the sounds a little off or weird or scraggly. Just let me know. Keep me up on my sound quality because it's a new mic. Trying it out. If it's more annoying than helpful, I will not use it. But I think it has been working out pretty well. All right, so I'm gonna put a little music on. Yeah. Little nice soothing music in the background. And all right, so let's start with the sausage because I have these balloons and they worked pretty well
for the banana. So we're gonna try the same thing with the sausage. And how big do we want our sausage to be? Fairly big, right? It's a good size sausage. I wish I could make it. I guess I'll try a different one. All right, I'm gonna try this out. I don't know if this is a good idea because I want my sausage thicker. Yes, I know. Oh wait, I know what I'm gonna do. I'll do like a link. I'll do a link of sausages. That's good. Yeah, because these balloons are not very thick. I'll do like I can do like a link of them. All right, so let's. There we go. All right, good. Okay, and then I can do I'll do a little twisty right there. Wait, there's a way to make them stay twisty. I know. I'm taking out all the fun for you. Oh yeah, that's gonna look great. Right? Like a nice little link of sausages. Or it could even be long. I gotta figure out a way to make that. How do you make that stay? I'm not. All right, well that didn't work. Maybe I'll do it a different way. All right, give me 1 sec. I gotta grab more balloons. All right, see, this is what happens when you only have one type of balloons. It is a cavalcade of innuendo and nonsense. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing sexual about these sausages. Ugh. All right, let's try this again. Did I ever meet Tom Selleck to me? I don't think so. All right, let's try that. Well, I think that's on you because before you showed up, everything was very clean. All right, let's see. I'll try and make sure the tension works. Make a little sausage link. Like one of those little things you find in them. I don't really like how that looks though. I think I'd rather have that size, and then maybe I'll look, I'm not trying, I just grabbed a balloon randomly. Yeah, maybe I'll do it like that, and then I can do like a series of them and they're all kind of strung together. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So this is gonna be or I could do a double sausage. I don't mind that. Yeah, I like a double sausage. I swear, I'm not trying. There we go. Still not really big enough. I know. Soon. I'll be back soon. I mean, that kind of looks like a like a sausage you buy in a grocery store, and then I tie a little string around it. And I'll make them a little, I can make them a little thicker with layers of, or, no, I think that's gonna work. I think with the paint and the string, I think that'll work. Because I think that's gonna work. Yeah. Or I could do like a series of links. I really want, all right, you know what? That's a possibility, but let's try something I've been meaning to try for a while, which is using tin foil. Ooh, hopefully that wasn't too harsh. Now I've seen a thing where you can use tin foil as a basis. So let's see if I can get what I want. Thought I was in shape, but I want that one. Oh, that's actually working really, really well. Okay. Alright. Okay, I don't hate that. Yeah. Make it. You can have a little bit of crinkly because some sausages, like I'm going for like the old school Italian sausage hanging in the window. Okay. I made my balloon too stiff. Always been my problem. Yeah, so maybe one more layer to make that a little smoother. There's like a little nubby bit on the one end. Nubby bit on the other end. All right, this might actually really work well for my purposes. Yeah, I feel like that's a better base and size. Yeah, because I want like that, and then maybe I'll do like a second one hanging down. Yeah, I think that works. Me too. There's a little bit that's fallen in a little bit. Let's add a little padding there. Just to make it even. Yeah. Pretty happy about this right now, honestly. Yeah. Well, it's pretty good. I think with the paint, and if you like hang it on a little string, or I could even do the like, you know, they do like the string around it, like knot it around it. I think that would really play. I'm gonna make it a little bigger even, I think. This is great to work with, actually. It's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought I'd have to use a whole lot of it. But actually, like, it's really kind of working pretty well, which is pretty cool. There we go. Yeah, that feels like a good. Yeah, that looks good. All right, I'll just do one more little piece here just to kind of even it out. It's really, I found doing the banana that, you know, you can fiddle with the texture a little bit with the paper mache, but really, like what you put it onto, it's gonna take that shape pretty well. And I don't want too much texture, too many divots and stuff. All right, that looks pretty freaking good. All right, so now I've got my strips of paper. Let me know if like this is too, if like the paper and the stuff is too loud for the mic that I have. I can turn it down or I can pull it away from that. So I'm gonna make these strips. All this paper is from no, I don't think so. I think it's gonna be like maybe a little bit shiny, but more like the old school Italian sausage that like hangs in the window that has sort of like a little white powdery on the outside, and then I'm gonna do string on the outside because the play. Okay, good, thank you. Because the play takes place in 1964, so it needs to look kind of old school. I mean, if you go into the Italian market today in Philly, you can still find those sausages there. Not super old school. Alright, so we'll make some strips. All this paper is from auditions that I had. It's good to make art from your broken dreams. That's what I would say. All right, and I have my my paste. I'm doing flour paste again, same as I did before, so that it was just about 4 tablespoons of flour to maybe like a cup and a half of water, something like that. Okay, good. And then I microwaved it for 30 seconds, stirred it up, another 30 seconds, stirred it up. I think I did it maybe 5 times until it got thick. And then I put some cinnamon in it, and then let it cool. It seems like it's working pretty well. Same recipe that I did last time. You want to make sure every bit of the paper mache is pretty well coated. You don't want it to be soaking wet, but you want there to be enough on there that it sticks. And if I had wood glue, I would do it with wood glue, because that lasts a little longer than the flour paste will, but I don't have it. And also, this is for, it's for theater, so it only needs to last for 12 shows. And then I'll probably throw them out. We'll see. We'll see how they are by the end of the run. So yeah, basically you just want to keep adding strips to this until it's completely covered, and you want to do quite a few layers, really. I think I did maybe 3 or 4 layers on the banana. more layers on this one because it's going to be, I can't stop making, it's going to be handled more. The sausage is going to be handled more than the banana. Same as an actor. Actors are never props. They're always so harsh on their props. No matter how much you tell them not to. And I say that as an actor who is also harsh on your props. I should know better. And yet, I try not to be harsh on them. What can you do? Probably see trying to vary the direction so you can see better. There we go. Vary the direction that I put the paper on. You're building a matrix basically, so the more different directions the paper is going, the stronger it's going to be. Vary that up as much as possible. This is good. The paper doesn't really stick to the foil, but it sticks to itself pretty well. So I think that's gonna work out. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it looks like. It's dry and painted. Then I have to do a ham. Like again, one of those like school kind of hams. Big are my ham. Yeah, it's true. More strips of paper. It's so nice to found a craft that uses all of this paper. It's also a good craft to do when it's hot out, or rather, it's better to do it when it's hot out. than when it's cold. Doing paper mache when it's cold. Really not so fun. Your hands are wet the whole time. It's also very messy. So as you can see, I'm wearing an old shirt. I have cardboard down to protect the table. I've also, below me, got some more cardboard to protect it. Handling a sausage is messy. Yeah, it's better to handle a hot sausage than a cold sausage. Look. Nothing I'm saying is untrue. There we go. Sausage is getting to the thickness I like. Look, I'm trying. Yeah, that's good. And they all kind of fold up at the end here. Make that little bit on the end that sausages have. Look. I'm gonna do big chunks, and I think I'll finish it off with some little ones. Big ones are good for shaping, but I think in order to make it more solid, I'm gonna want a matrix of smaller ones that seems like it would be more stable. Yeah. Very happy with how that's looking. It already kind of looks like a sausage. Like if you have the one that's like wrapped in the paper, you know? Alright, let's do one more big one and then I'm gonna do some little small ones. I've lost track of how many layers I've done. I don't think I've done that many. Like 2 complete layers, which I think I want at least 3 or 4, which I think the small ones will get me. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Some little beads. hard to rip the paper when your hands are wet. Listen. I also made this time, I made significantly less paste than I made last time. Last time I made way too much. Yeah, so now I'm just gonna kind of go through it. Just cover everything. Little patches going in different directions. Just so it gets that matrix, and so there's as much structural integrity as possible. You don't want to just lay the paper mache over it. You gotta rub it. You gotta rub yourself. Got a little too messy here. So I'm putting some pieces that are like a little bit drier over it. You want your sausage too wet. Never. We'll continue the dirty jokes in your honor. Really, I just have to wait till the sausage is done. There's no sexual jokes you can do with ham. Everyone knows that. Hams are not sexy.
Everybody knows. And then the other thing I have to figure out, this one, is to figure out a way to stabilize it, because with the banana, I wanted I wanted some like flatter sides, because bananas have those kind of like flat sides on them, but the sausages don't. But if I let it sit, you know, it'll kind of dry like that. So I have to figure out a way to prop it up somehow so that it doesn't get any sort of dents in it as it's drying. But I'll figure something out. I could put it in a cup, maybe. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, cup is a good idea. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think I probably could stop here, but I think I want to do an extra layer. Just because I know that, you know, like I said, actors are going to be handling it. And even though it's only 12 shows, you know, you never know what's going to happen. They do kind of get like thrown around a little bit during the show, so. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. The foil worked out really well. I thought that was going to be like a lot harder to work with, but it was quite easy to work with, actually. I might play around with foil more. I saw this incredible video of a woman who works for Weta in New Zealand, and she does a lot of her modeling using tinfoil as like a base, and like the stuff she does with that tinfoil is like crazy. Like she does like whole faces and things. I'm not at that level, obviously, but just knowing that it's a possibility makes me intrigued. Copy, I'm trying to do paper mache for my sausage. It's done today. I just it keeps alerting the chat. Oh, I swear it's all very innocent. It's just a crafting show. My mom watches sometimes. It wouldn't offend my mother. I don't think I've ever heard my mom tell or laugh at a dirty joke. My mom loves to laugh. She's very funny. But no. I think she's always been like that. I don't think that's a thing that happened like when she became a mom. I think she was always a bit of a prude. In a loving way. I say that in a loving way. Respectful. Yes. My one brother is kind of like that too. But me and my little sister, we're bad. Just feeling for kind of areas that feel a little thinner that might need hair on them. There's still some areas that feel a little too thin for my liking. One more overall layer. But like, I think that looks pretty good. And then I'll paint it red, and then do like a light dusting of white, and then I think I'll probably do that string thing that they tie around it. And I think like
from the audience. I think it'll read really well. Add the sauce. I'll let you know how it goes. All right, final layer. And it's gonna dry. The banana, by the way, kind of tried to, it took maybe I'd say like 48 hours to be dry. Yeah, say like a good 48 hours before it was dry enough to pick up and paint. Maybe 72. Maybe you want to wait 3 days. Because if you're gonna paint it, it's got to be real bone dry. Otherwise, the paint will just, soak through and wet it again. This time I'm paying a little more attention to how I'm layering it, just to make sure that I really cover every bit of it. Just because, I don't want to miss a little spot. One spot is a little less strong. You don't want a weak sausage. I'm just speaking the truth here.
Almost done. I'm very happy with the decision that I did. I can feel that it's like, that was the right thickness. Alright, since I already ripped those pages, go ahead and use them. Feel around for areas that feel well. Layers on them. I was a little worried about having texture on it, but I think if I'm gonna do the little like string around the outside of it, I'm not going to freeze so much because that's gonna cover. Well, that's gonna hide a lot of the texture, which is good. Down there. Edges peeling up. Just gotta finish these little pieces out that I've already torn. I think my sausage is done. Done all the work I can. Only so much you can do with the sausage. Nice. Gotta get a nice thick end to my sausage. Look, I swear I'm not trying. I swear. It's just what's happening. Areas that are little areas with like right there, that looks like a good patch. I worked a gig once with a guy who claimed he knew what he was doing. Turns out he really didn't. Wanted to make some of the props out of paper mache, which is fine. But made them and only made them like one layer thick. Which like
you're not, and it was an outdoor show too. You're like, you're what? That's not gonna, they're gonna fall apart. And then he was like surprised when they had no structure. Like, it's only one, what do you, oh man, oh no. So whenever I make paper mache, I think about that. I'm like, just do another layer. It's not gonna hurt anything. Alright, just a few more pieces. I'm so glad we went with the tin foil instead of the balloon. I feel like this is gonna give such a better result. It also adds a little like weight to it, which is kind of nice. Because that's another thing, like, you know, actors, they got a lot to worry about if they also have to like pretend that something is heavy when it isn't. Like, that's a lot of extra work, you know what I mean? Like, hey, make it easy on them. We got enough to worry about. Like, you know, an actor should be able to do that, but like, come on. They got a lot of things in the brain. Alright, one more piece. Where do you want to be? There. Cool. Right. Well, I am pretty darn happy with that, honestly. I feel like that looks pretty good, pretty sausagey, pretty thick. Yeah, it's painted and everything. Like, I don't know, it's gonna look pretty darn good. All right, and I'll set it in like a cup so that it kind of sits on the end there, because I know if I set it on the side, it'll get sort of a dent on one side, and I don't really want that. There's a little divot right there. I'm not super worried about it, but maybe I'll put just one more strip on there, just for a little added something. Yeah. Maybe one more is going the other way. Just because. Yeah, that's better. All right, sausage. Pretty much done. Now, okay, good. It's like, did I remember to give myself a paper towel to wipe my hands off? Because last time I forgot, and then I was like, oh no, now I have to touch keys on my laptop, and my hands are covered in flour. That's not good. Computers don't like that. They don't like that. Oh, all right, so I'm going to set that off to dry. We don't have too much time left in the show. Here, just 1 second. All right, I just asked my partner to bring me another damp paper towel because I need another one. Yes, let's do some quick trivia. I think that's a great idea. We have just enough time for that. I'm gonna wipe my hands clean before I touch those trivia cards. Yeah, and then I'll figure out how to make a ham. I think I'm gonna use the Reynolds wrap. That worked out really well. Just make that shape and then I'll cover it. Thank you very much. It looks good, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Big sausage.
Big sausage. See, it's not just me. All right, as soon as my hands are clean, we can do. This sausage got my hands so dirty. Look. And stay. Look. I'm really not trying. Just saying that. The script writes itself. Yeah, exactly. All right, hands are clean. Let's do some trivia. And we'll stop that. And we'll stop the music. And we'll do the most important thing. Yay, trivia. All right, ending the show with some trivia, my favorite thing to do. All right, and okay. I have some good trivia. Little sip of coffee. All right, trivia time. Ooh, okay. People and places. What U.S. state's largest lake is Kentucky Lake? What U.S. state's largest lake is Kentucky Lake? Now, I feel like the obvious answer would be Kentucky, but I feel like that's too easy. And the U.S. does have a pretty good reputation of like putting names of other things in other places. Largest lake is Kentucky Lake. I'm gonna say Florida. I don't think that's right, but I'm gonna say it. What's next to Kentucky? A bunch of states. Surrounded by a lot of states. Maybe Tennessee? Yeah. Tennessee is a good guess. I'm gonna say Florida, but Tennessee is a very good guess. Kentucky Lake. Yeah. Well, we'll find out. Arts and entertainment. What reoccurring Saturday Night Live character took the stage at a 1993 Barbra Streisand concert? I think I know the answer to this one. I don't know if I remember the name of the character. I remember who played the character, but I don't remember the name of the character. I'll give everyone a chance to. Barbra Streisand concert. I think it's the Mike Myers character, the I'm all verklempt. I think it's that character, but I don't remember. I don't remember the name of that character because early 90s. Yeah, I don't think it would be. Yeah, I don't think it would. Yeah, But one of the Blues Brothers is but it doesn't say characters. It just says character. Anyway, that's my guess, but I don't remember the name of that character. So if anyone remembers, put it in the chat. History. What Vulcan Northwest CEO? Oh, I saw Vulcan. I thought it was going to be Star Trek, but it's not. What Vulcan Northwest CEO unloaded 11 billion of his embattled Microsoft stock in 2000? What Vulcan Northwest CEO unloaded 11 billion of his embattled Microsoft stock in 2000? I don't know. Why is that history? Who cares? What person got rid of imaginary numbers for more imaginary numbers? I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll find out. Don't know, don't care. So yeah, like I don't think so. All right. Science and nature. What did QDOS, an early PC operating system written in a mere 6 weeks, stand for? Ooh, I know we got some computer nerds here in the chat. We'll probably know the answer to this. QDOS, an early PC operating system written in a mere 6 weeks, stand for? QDOS. So like I know DOS is an operating system, but I don't know what. I know the S is for system, operating system. I know OS is operating system. Oh yeah, I bet that's it. I bet that's it. I bet you're absolutely right. I bet you're absolutely right. It's a great guess. Sports and leisure. Who was the first member of U.S. Tennis's Fab Four to win a Grand Slam event? Andre Agassi, Michael Chang, Jim Courier, or Pete Sampras? Well, I've only heard of one of them. I've only heard of one of them. So that's going to be my guess. Let me ask that question again because I see there were ads. Sports and leisure. Whomst was the first member of the U.S. Tennis's Fab Four to win a Grand Slam event? Andre Agassi, Michael Chang, Jim Courier, or Pete Sampras? Yeah, only heard of Andre Agassi, so that's going to be my guess. Might be one of the other people, but I don't know them. But apparently they're a part of U.S. Tennis's Fab Four. How fab could they be if only one of them has won a Grand Slam? I don't know. I don't know how sports work. I mean, I sort of do. And last question, wild card, cut the brakes. Who did Bono, Dave Stewart, and Joe Strummer honor with the song named 48864 after his old prison number? I don't know. Interesting question. Who did Bono, Dave Stewart, and Joe Strummer honor with a song named 48864 after his old prison number? I don't know. Oh, my partner knows. What is it? Yeah. Nelson Mandela, says my partner. That sounds right. That's cool. I've never heard that song. Oh, he says it's not good. Not surprising. Nelson's like, thanks, but no thanks. Thanks, guys. Thanks. All right, answers. What will they be? Answers. Let's see. What U.S. state's largest lake is Kentucky Lake? Tennessee. Great job, Tennessee. What reoccurring Saturday Night Live character took the stage at a 1993 Barbra Streisand concert? Linda Richmond. That's her name. Yeah, I know who played it and what the character was, but I couldn't remember the name of the character. Yes. Linda Richmond. That's her name. Okay. Cool. What a moment. What a moment it must have been. History. I've recently gotten into Barbra Streisand. I was never like super into her. And then I heard they find this if you can. They released these old recordings of her when she's like 19 in Greenwich Village doing like a solo singing show. And she's freaking incredible. Like her crowd control and her just like comfort on stage is wild. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'm actually really into her.
Live at the Bonsoir.
It's called Live at the Bonsoir. You can look it up, I think. It's fantastic. Like, even if you're not a fan of hers, it's just fantastic to hear. It's like joyful and wonderful. And then also she does a really amazing cover of Life on Mars, which is like, I think, better than the original. Anyway. What Vulcan Northwest CEO unloaded 11 billion of his embattled Microsoft stock in 2000? Paul Allen. Okay. What did QDOS, an early PC operating system written in a mere 6 weeks, stand for? Quick and dirty operating system. Very nice. Nicely done. And Sports and Leisure. Who was the first member of U.S. Tennis's Fab Four to win a Grand Slam event? Andre Agassi, Michael Chang, Jim Courier, or Pete Sampras? Michael Chang. Yes. Yes. That very same. The very same. Michael Chang. All right. Why have I never heard of him? And last question, wild card. Who did Bono, Dave Stewart, and Joe Strummer honor with the song named 48864 after his old prison number? It was indeed Nelson Mandela. Wow. Well done, everybody. We did pretty good on that with some help. We did pretty good. All right. And I think that brings us to the end of another lovely, awesome crafting show. Very proud of the sausage we created together. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. And we did some trivia. We read from the color book. We had some chill times. It was great seeing everybody. It really is. It's always really good. I love it when you can join us. Join us next week for more of the same thing and maybe even more. Who knows? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I got a whole week. That's for future Shoshi to worry about. In the meantime, it's time for us to say goodbye. Goodbye.